Barcelona has just drawn against Club Brugge 3-3 away from home in the UCL. Anthony Taylor, the genius, decides to blow the whistle when Barca have a corner, dropping points once again in the UCL. That game took years off my life. Honestly, it took years off my life. This team is becoming painful to watch. I'm getting flashbacks to Xavi's last season in charge. I'm getting flashbacks, bro. That was painful to watch. I didn't enjoy a single second of that game. I'm not even exaggerating. Not a single second of that game that I actually enjoy. What is happening to this team, bro? I might sound dramatic. I might sound pessimistic, but I don't see this team winning anything this season if they keep playing like that, especially the back line. That back line is not a back line that can win your UCL. It's just not. And yes, we still have injuries. We're missing our goalkeeper. We're missing one of our best players from last season, Rafinha. We're missing, some key players on this team. But still, man, it's just not good enough. Club Brugge is a team that you should beat. And you draw. And honestly, man, dare I say they outplayed us? Club Brugge outplayed Barcelona. They played a great game today, man. But then again, it's not like we covered ourselves in glory the whole game. We're so fucking sloppy, bro. Why are we so sloppy? This team, that's the best word I can use to describe this Barcelona team this year. It's sloppy. Last season, Barcelona was efficient. They were so efficient last season. This year, they're sloppy, man. What do I say? What can I even say right now? Honestly, I don't even know how to I don't even know where to go with this match. Really. There's so many avenues I can go down. First, we're going to talk about the lineup, of course, because, that's how every game starts. You have to have players on the pitch, so we got to talk about the lineup for Barcelona. It was Szczesny in goal, of course, Balde, Araujo, and Eric Garcia as the two center backs, and then at right back, Koundé, midfield two of Casal and Frenkie de Jong, and then Fermin, Rashford on the left, Ferran Torres at striker, and Lamine Yamal on the right-hand side. First half, obviously, we conceded first because it's par for the course at this point for this team to concede first every game. It's par for the course to concede a bunch of goals. We're never going to keep a clean sheet. I don't think Barcelona will keep a single clean sheet for the remainder of the season. Honestly. If I could bet on that, I will. And I'm not even a huge betting guy, but I would bet on that. I would bet Barcelona don't keep a clean sheet for the rest of the season because there's no fucking way this back line can be this bad. And I don't think it's the players, man. I think every goal was the same. Every single fucking goal was the same. That first goal, nobody in that goal covers themselves in glory. Balde lets his man get behind him. I think it was Carlos Forbes, who today had a fucking insane game. And then, Koundé keeps him onside. And then Araujo is putting his hand up in the air. And then Szczesny lets the ball go under his armpit. Nobody in that back line covered themselves in glory for that goal. None of them. It was just such a stupid goal to concede. But then, literally 2 minutes after, Barcelona equalized. And I was like, okay. We started off the game, it's a little shaky, the atmosphere was great, but you know what? It's fine, we're back in it. Lamine Yamal with a ball to Fermin, and then Fermin with a great cross to Ferran Torres, and Ferran Torres fucking did something good today. He did something good today. He scored that goal. It was a tough finish. That ball, he's kind of jammed, so the fact that he gets that shot off, it was a great goal. And, at that point, it was 1-1, and I was like, we're back. And after we scored that goal, up until Bruce scored their second goal, we were dominating, bro. We were playing some great football. Fermin hit the post, we had a couple chances. I was like, okay, it took us a minute to ease into it, but we're back. And then Bruges score again. They score again. And again, it's the same fucking goal. It's always the same goal. Our high line, bro, it's not working. It's from a corner. It's a bad corner. They go out on the counterattack. Credit to Bruges because they played some beautiful football to get out, to get out of their own half and get into Barca's half. They played a nice 1-2. They're in behind, and Carlos Forbes again scores a goal. Carlos Forbes today looked like R9 in the World Cup final back in 2002 against Germany. That's what he looked like. He literally looked like R9. Barcelona need a striker next season. Let's bring in Carlos Forbes because holy shit, man. But every goal was the same. Every single goal was the same. That first half, man, like I said, we had some good moments after we scored the goal, after we equalized. But apart from that, man, they found a way to get a goal again. We did some good things, but for the most part, man, our errors are too catastrophic. They're too catastrophic, the errors this team commits. And like I said, it comes down to the back line because every goal is the same. Then the second half comes around, right? The second half comes around, and Lamine Yamal today, who was great. Lamine Yamal had a really good first half. Wasn't amazing in the first half, but he looked a lot better than he has in previous games. It looks like he's finally getting back to being healthy. Or maybe, he doesn't look healthy to me. Lamine Yamal looks like he's 50%, but still, Lamine Yamal at 50% is better than 99% of the players in the world because that's how good he is. And in the second half, he came alive. he came alive in that second half, and he got that goal. Of course, it was a beautiful goal. He dribbles right around the box. He passes it to Fermin, and then Fermin just feeds it to Lamine Yamal. A nice little flick from Fermin Lopez. The great awareness here to know that Lamine Yamal is continuing his run, and passes it to him, and Lamine Yamal with a great finish. And by the way, Lamine had just missed a chance earlier in the half, which was right in front of goal. He had just missed a chance a couple minutes before that, but he got that goal in the 60th minute, and it was a beautiful goal. I thought I was watching Messi and Iniesta. That's what it looked like, Fermin and Lamine Yamal. It was a great goal. But then literally right after we scored, they had a chance. My broadcast was showing the replay, and then the replay stops, and I'm seeing Brugge and Carlos Forbes nearly score. And again, it's the high line. And then the third goal for them comes. And guess who it was? It was Carlos Forbes. It was Carlos Forbes again. And why did that goal happen? Because the high line wasn't working. There's no pressure on the ball. It's literally you're playing a high line in their half. In the opposition's half, you're playing the fucking high line. Carlos Forbes gets in behind. It's a great pass, by the way. A beautiful pass from the Brugge player. And it's an easy finish. It's an easy finish. A super easy finish. And then we finally got, obviously, the goal to equalize at 3-3, which was very similar to the goal that Barca scored to win the game against Levante. If you guys remember that game away from home a couple months ago. I think it was the second game of La Liga where Barca were down 2-0 in that game, and they came back and won at 3-2. Lamine Yamal sends it across. It's deflected. It goes to the back of the net. And it was 3-3. And after that, man, every time we scored, we looked like we were going to concede once again. Every time Brugge stopped sitting back and giving us the ball because they weren't sitting in a low block because they weren't trying to preserve the lead, we looked like we were going to concede. And of course, we're going to talk about the controversy in this game because, there was two penalties. There was a penalty that was given at first by Anthony Taylor, and then, it gets taken away, and rightfully so, in my opinion, because Balde doesn't do anything there. His foot is planted. Carlos Forbes hits his foot. So to me, Anthony Taylor made the right choice, made the right call there. People are going to say, oh, Barca paid the refs. That's the right call. If you don't think that's the right call, you don't know football. Balde's foot is planted. He hits Balde's foot. If anything, it's a foul on him. It's a foul on Carlos Forbes. And then, of course, it was one of the last chances of the game was the Brugge goal that came when Szczesny was on the ball and he got stripped of the ball and then it went into the back of the net. But Szczesny, again, he has control of the ball, and then the Brugge player just comes and takes his legs out from under him, and then Szczesny knew right away it was going to be a foul, so that's why he wasn't panicking. But still, man, I think that was a good decision from Anthony Taylor. But like I said, bro, too many times in this game we look so vulnerable, man. It's so difficult to watch. And Hansi Flick needs to do better. He needs to do better. I understand he wants to play the high line, but not every time in life can you do what you want. Sometimes you gotta adapt and adjust. I wish I could eat ribeye for 21 meals a week. I wish I could eat ribeye 3 meals a day, 7 days a week. But I can't. Number one, my wallet wouldn't really appreciate it. Fucking ribeye is expensive. Have you ever bought a ribeye? Grass-fed, fucking whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Even a regular ribeye, it's expensive. And also, it's not good for my health. Right? I should eat some vegetables. I should eat eggs. I shouldn't be eating red meat for every single meal. I think red meat is great for you, actually. I don't buy this whole propaganda that red meat is bad. But still, I can't be eating ribeye 21 meals a week. Hansi Flick, you can't be playing this high line every single game and in every single situation. You gotta adapt. You have to adapt. And I love Hansi Flick. I've backed him forever, and I will continue to back him because I think he's the right man for the job. But holy shit, man, out of possession, we look so lost. We look so lost. For that third goal, there was no pressure on the ball. Having no pressure on the ball and playing a high line is a recipe for disaster. I don't care what back line you have. You can have all 5 Milan. You can have all 5 Milan, and it's still going to be a disaster if you don't put any pressure on the ball and you play a high line. You can have Nesta, Maldini, Yabstam, Cafu, and it's not going to work. So yes, it's personal, but it's also the way that Hansi Flick is deploying these players, man. It's not working. It is not working. And we had chances in this game. We did have chances in this game. We hit the crossbar 3 times. 3 different times we hit the crossbar in this game. Fermin hit the crossbar. Koundé hit the crossbar. And I forget who it was at the end that also hit the crossbar. But it was rough, man. That game was rough. Positives from this game. Lamine Yamal looked amazing. He looked really, really good. He looked great, man. And it pisses me off because people are going to say, oh, he looks good because he broke up with his girlfriend. I don't buy that shit for a second. I just think Lamine Yamal is a guy who eventually is going to get it together because he's Lamine Yamal. And today he looked great. That second half was beautiful, man. He was the only offensive threat we had, basically. Him and Fermin Lopez were the only offensive threats we had. Nobody else did anything. Nobody else did anything. I want to see this team play 90 minutes of consistent football this season. Can I please see that? Can I see this team for one game not concede a super goal? Can I see this team for one game not concede a goal? Not concede a goal. That's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. Just don't concede a goal. Keep a clean sheet for one game. By the way, for that second goal that Brugge scored, I'm watching that, right? I'm watching that in real time. And I'm seeing the ball get played. And obviously the broadcast doesn't show like the whole field. So I don't know what Szczesny's doing, but I'm totally expecting him to come into the frame any second now. I'm like, Szczesny, come into the frame. Come out and get that ball. You have time to go out and sweep. Like, come out of your box and get that ball. And Szczesny doesn't fucking do anything. You're just standing there. He should be coming out for that. Szczesny has to be better, man. I cannot wait for Joao Garcia to get back. And look, man, I appreciate Szczesny and everything he's done. I really do. But today he did not cover himself in glory whatsoever. All those goals, in my opinion, they're good finishes, but to me, a good goalkeeper finds a way to save some of them. And by the way, Szczesny made a great save early in the first half. He made a really, really good save early in the first half. But still, bro, it's not good enough. It's just not good enough. Balde wasn't great. He didn't give away the pen, which was great. I didn't think it was a pen, so luckily Balde wasn't, he was going to get shit on if he gave away that pen. But to me, today he wasn't good. Balde's too quick to always to never have enough recovery pace to catch up to somebody. If there's one, Balde, the reason why he works, Balde's a guy who, the high line, I trust him because he's quick, or he should be quick, but it seems like he can never catch up to anybody. His recovery speed is just not there. It's just not there. The two center backs, look, man, I didn't think they played that well. Eddie Garcia or Araujo, I didn't think they had their best game, and Koundé continues to be not good this season, man. And he just continues to not be good. Going forward, he looks like a fish out of water. Jules Koundé literally looks like a fish out of water. Something he improved on so much last year was him going forward and how comfortable he was on the ball. This year, he's extremely uncomfortable on the ball. He's really uncomfortable on the ball. In the midfield, Frankie de Jong was basically doing the job of two midfielders because Casado, he was on a yellow, so he was trying to, obviously, he doesn't want to, commit a foul or do anything risky to get another yellow and not play the Chelsea match, obviously, after the international break. But he wasn't asking for the ball. As a midfielder, the one thing you got to do is look for the ball. That's your one job as a midfielder. Your job is to want the ball at all times. Doesn't matter if you have three guys around you. You want the ball. That's what Xavi did. That's what Iniesta did. That's what Busquets did. That's what Toni Kroos and Luka Modric did and Kevin De Bruyne does. They look for the ball. My center back has the ball. My fullback has the ball. I'm going out and I'm trying to lose my marker so I can get the ball. And it seems like Casado never does that. Frankie de Jong, like I said, was doing the job of two midfielders, man. He was doing the job of two midfielders. Fermin, I thought, had a great game. Had two assists. And he's such an engine off the ball. He's such an engine off the ball. Had a great shot also in that second half. Rashford, I think, had a decent first half, but didn't really have anything, he didn't have any memorable moments to me in the second half at all. He was really quiet in the second half. Ferran Torres, man. Ferran Torres, holy shit, bro. He scored the goal, but he misses so many chances. His positioning and his awareness as a striker is just not there. Lewandowski's so much better at that than him. Ferran might be more athletic, younger, faster, but Lewandowski has what makes a number 9 great is their positioning. They can sniff a goal. They can just sniff a goal. They know where to be. They know where the ball's gonna land. They have that intuition to know where the ball's gonna be if it gets saved by the keeper and it's just spilled in the box. And Ferran Torres, quite frankly, doesn't have that. He doesn't have that. So yes, he can score the odd goal here and there, but he's gonna miss a lot of chances, and his hold-up play isn't great. It wasn't great today, and his instincts are shit. His instincts are fucking shit. So that's my thoughts. Daniel Olmo came in and did nothing. Lewandowski came in and he had a really bad misplaced pass. It was just terrible. He didn't really do much. Rooney came in, and Rooney always comes in far too late because Hansi Flick doesn't want to play him. I don't know why. He always comes in far too late. It's really frustrating, man, because I'm seeing the same goal over and over again. It's like deja vu, bro. Guys, it's literally like deja vu. I'm literally seeing the same goal happen over and over again. It's not like we're sitting in a low block and they're just passing it around. It's a cross into the box and they happen to get a header. We're not conceding from set pieces. It's always the same thing. It's either a ball out wide and it's a cross into the box, like it happened multiple times against Sevilla when Barca lost 4-1, or it's the high line, it's not working. If you're going to play a high line, you got to catch teams offside. That's what we did so well last year. Mbappe, the famous El Clásico a year ago, when he was caught offside 9 times. It happened so many times. Every single time Barca conceded a goal last year, I was like, okay, it's going to get called off because of offside. This game, you only caught them offside once. That's not good enough. What the fuck is the point of the high line then? If you're only going to catch them offside once, the whole point of the high line is to catch teams offside and catch players offside. And if you're not catching them offside, you're literally just putting yourself at a disadvantage because your ego is not allowing you to adapt. It's not allowing you to adapt, and you must adapt as a coach. You must adapt as a coach. It's the one thing that a coach must do. And like I said, I think Hansi Flick is a fantastic coach. I don't want people to think that I'm shitting on Hansi Flick because I do like him. I love him, bro. The Flickinator is my guy. I wanted him before, like I wanted him when Xavi first announced he was stepping down fucking a year and a half ago. But when I'm sitting here and I'm giving analysis and I'm talking to my viewers, I want to make sure that my viewers trust me when I'm giving my opinion. And I'd be damned if I sit here and say, I think Hansi Flick has been good this season as a coach, because I don't think he has been. And I'll be the first one to admit that. I think he's got good moments. I think we've played some good games. But for the most part, it's the same goal over and over. And that's unacceptable. We cannot have that happen, because if we continue to allow this to happen, it's going to be a season from hell. And it already is looking like a season from hell. And dropping points to Club Brugge in the UCL is unacceptable, man. That's a game you have to win, especially when you have Chelsea after the international break. You must win that game at Stamford Bridge, by the way. And Chelsea, yes, they dropped points today against Qarabag, whatever the fuck they're called. But still, man, it's Chelsea. They have a lot of quality. And I'll be damned if I let a fucking Ayush come on here after the game in my comment section and start talking shit. I'm not going to let Ayush do that, bro. I'm not going to let Ayush do that. I had to add a little comic relief here because I was just like, that was a really intense couple minutes for me there. I'm sorry about that, guys. Actually, no, what the fuck am I sorry for? What am I sorry for? I'm here giving my analysis. Fuck no, I'm not sorry. Come on, bro. Real men don't apologize. Right, guys? Real men don't apologize. Doesn't matter what you did. A real man never apologizes. Never. Always be stubborn. Nah, I'm kidding. Don't do that. But look, bro, I'm upset. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not very happy about that performance at all. Is there anything that I missed here? No, there's nothing that I missed. This is a match review that I was not looking forward to making. This is a match review that, you know, when the game's happening, every time the game's happening, I'm thinking in my head, what am I going to say in the video? What am I going to say about this? What am I going to say about that? And as the game's going on, I'm like, what am I going to talk about in this game? Like, what can I possibly say? What's the positive outlook I can give on this situation? There is no positive outlook. Some situations don't have a positive outlook at all. And today, yes, we got the draw. And, you know, you don't draw, you get a point, which is good, you know. But I think this team is going to have to go through the playoff. I think this team is going to have to go through the playoff. Because the remaining schedule is actually not that difficult. Chelsea, and then you have Olympiacos and, you know, a couple Copenhagen. But still, bro, with the way we're playing, we're not going to do shit. Szczesny has to be better. I need Joan Garcia back, man. I need him so bad. I need Joan Garcia. Now. I had the burp. How the fuck do you blow the whistle when we have a corner? It's a corner. It's one play. Let the corner happen, bro. Shout out to Lamine Jamal, because the way he played today, man, he gave us so much confidence as fans that, you know, he's back. There's a lot of footballers dealing with the same thing that he has, the pubalgia, I think it's called. It's like the pubic thing. It's him. Masantuono just got silent for it. Nico Williams might have surgery. So a lot of these like fast twitch, you know, flashy wingers, like Lamine Jamal, Nico Williams, Masantuono, they're suffering from it. So obviously it looks like it's an epidemic now, the fucking groin disease. So I don't know what it is, man. But this team has to be better. Out of possession, we're terrible, man. We're so bad out of possession. It's hard to watch. Genuinely, like, it hurts. My eyes are burning, bro. And my eyes are fucking burning. It's like someone put battery acid in my eyes every time I'm watching our back line. That's my thoughts on this game. It's just... Ferran is bad off the ball. Lamine played well. Fermin Lopez and Lamine Jamal look like Iniesta, and Fermin continues to shine, man. Olmo came in and he never proves that he has to start, man. He never comes in and actually, like, when I see Dani Olmo come on, I'm like, bro, come on. Barcelona paid 60 million for you. Show why you're worth 60 million. Show us why you're worth 60 fucking million. Show us why you want a euro. Show us why. And he never does it. Lewandowski looks like he's aging. He looks like he's aging. Missed a lot of chances in that game. But every time Brugge let us have the ball, every time we scored and Brugge were not letting us have the ball, they look like the better team. And that's unacceptable. I'll be damned if I accept, if I allow that to happen. I'd be damned if I allow Club Brugge to be better than fucking Barcelona. And I can't do anything about it, bro. I'm not a player. I'm not on the pitch. I'm just a fucking dude that sits here and talks to a YouTube audience about the team. But we have Celta Vigo on the weekend. We'll see how that goes. Barcelona play a bunch of away games, so we'll see how that goes. It's a 3-3. Like I said, man, we kind of got bailed out with our own goal, because if not for that, this game would have ended in a loss, of course. I mean, fucking, it was 3-2, and then you got... I don't know what I'm saying. I love you guys, man. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. For the best graphic tees in the game, check out the final thread. The link is in the description, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.